y'all? It's the Abroad DJ podcast with your brother DJ DCaso. I got my man on the phone with me, hailing all the way from ATL, now residing in Inglewood, formerly known as DJ Download, editor, DJ producer, tour DJ for Grammy nominee B.O.B. My guy, Shawty Slim.
Yo, who told you about that DJ Download? Yo, niggas used to clown me about that shit in college. Like, oh, DJing with a computer ass. I'm just like, all right, now look at us. I was ahead of the curve, baby.
You feel me? Ain't that a beautiful thing though, bro?
It's good, man. How the pandemic treating you, my brother?
Cause I'm trying to stay as positive as possible, trying to keep working, but it's hard, yo. It's super hard.
That's enough for me, bro. That's enough.
That's real. And that's how I usually start. How you holding up, my brother?
Hey, man, readjusting. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Because, like, I just moved to California in
Facts.
December. And I moved from Georgia to here in December. And then in January, Bob went on tour in the middle of January to the middle of February in Australia.
Okay.
So I came back from Australia like the 13th. And I was like, okay, now I'm back in LA.
Okay.
Let me finally, start moving around. And then the lockdown hit. And I'm just like, so I just been out here bored in the house, man.
Bored in the house? Are you in the house bored?
Well, we got Wi-Fi, so I've really been out here just like making content and video editing. And I started a WeedTube channel. And,
Okay.
yeah, man, everything, bro.
Son, I've been peeping. So you started like I assume like everybody else, they trying to figure out what they could do inside the crib. So I know you started the podcast and you started the Tuxedo mix, right? Tuxedo Stories.
So Tuxedo Park is funny. First of all, the name of it is it's a neighborhood in Atlanta.
Okay.
I know you've heard of Buckhead.
Yeah.
There's a community inside Buckhead called Tuxedo Park. It's like the most expensive part of the city. So I wanted to do a mix of just cool ass shit that I like that I've heard during the week. But I didn't want to call it like the such and such mega mix or the Shawty Slim. I'm like, no, I'm gonna call it like, what is this? Well, since you over here, let me show you. So like back in 2015, we had a show out here in LA, and I was staying in Hollywood and Highland where like the Walk of Fame is. And I was like, I want to do a mix with just all the songs that I get emailed as a DJ, because I be getting some heat in my inbox, and I really don't be checking it like I should. So I said, I'm gonna do it. I said, I'm gonna call it Hollywood and Highland, because that's where I am when I got the idea. And I was like, man, that shit's stupid. That's why I decided to call it Tuxedo Park. So I did it for like 29 weeks straight, and then life got in the way. But every time I got to a point in my life where things slowed down, I'd pick it back up. But now I just picked it back up all the way, and I just realized that all like 51 episodes are on Mixcloud right now.
Bro, yo, I was vibing out to it yesterday actually, because I'm like, yo, let me see what my man been on lately. You feel me?
It was my way of always dreaming to have a show on Sirius or it's like XM, like Shade 45. But I knew I couldn't just. Well, I'm not saying I couldn't do it. I didn't have it. I was like, I'm just gonna make a show and make it so good they'd be like, this shit dope, man. Put it over there.
Yo, so talk about that though, son. Because you dropped out of school and you started working. You were interning at Sirius, right?
Yeah. Oh, you did your homework. Okay.
Come on, boy. Don't play with me, son. I'm serious out here, baby.
Tell the story now. All right. So, can I curse?
Of course.
Oh, I got manners, bro. But nah, man, what it was is like, growing up, I moved around a lot. So I always told myself, as soon as I get 18, I'm moving, bro. Like, I'm getting the fuck out of Atlanta, like whatever. So I applied to go to college down in Fort Valley State, which was in Macon, like an hour south of Atlanta. So far enough that my mom ain't gonna pop up on me every day, but not too far if I can even run to the crib.
Yeah.
There. And I ended up staying in Macon for damn long ass time, almost 20 years, bro.
Jesus.
Yeah, my whole adult life, because I was like, nah, this is a city. I stayed in only two places, and one was 8 years, one was like another couple of years. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, I'm moving around so much as a kid. I was like, this is where I want to be. Right. So I'm down in college, failing because I'm not going to class, but it's a radio station. My thing was like, I just wanted to rock with them so I can get into the party early, and I can stay on top of this new music when I make my mixtapes for me.
Okay.
Taught myself how to DJ, and then I got to apply for an internship at Sirius Radio. I was like, why not? So April 1st, they called me on April Fool's Day. It was like, Sirius, is Rex Simmons on the phone? I was like, okay. Hello? It was like, yeah, we accepted your internship. I was like, are you joking? Like, I'll hang up. I was like, no, don't hang up. But it's funny because I had just decided to drop out the month before. So I went up there and I just said I needed a letter from my department head. So what I did, I got some letterhead paper and I faked the letter and I just scribbled a name at the bottom and mailed it to New York. And I was just like, fuck it, whatever happens, happens.
Boy.
This is all around the time College Dropout came out. So just know that was the soundtrack to all of this. They accepted me up there. I went to New York for the summer, had an aunt that stayed up there, and I ended up learning about the city, how to navigate, how to ride the subway in New York. Very helpful in other cities like Boston and London and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they was like, what school do you go to? Well, I go to Rutgers. And I go to I go to Fort Valley. So what did I say? It's like, you ever heard of Atlanta? Yeah, south of that. Don't worry about it. But I outshined all them motherfuckers. And when I got back, Clear Channel hired me because some dude just quit and went to a Cumulus station.
Word.
And I just went from there on 97.9 WIBB, and I rocked on that motherfucker until B.O.B. told me to come on the road with him.
So how you end up? So it was just literally just perfect time, perfect place type situation.
For a nigga who graduated with a very low GPA due to the fact that I was extremely bored in class.
Yeah. And
just left the house with no plan. Yeah, it's just I always seem to stand in the right place at the right time. Somebody calling me?
You popular. I want to be like you, bro.
Oh no, I know what that is. That's Gmail. So look, get you a Google phone account number and give that out as your number to spam. That's what I will never answer them. Like people like, so what's your phone number? I'm like, cool, here's my Google number.
So that's a gem. My best to get me Google number to spam.
All my trash goes over there.
Okay. So you linked up with Bob and y'all just started like.
It was crazy because shout out my dog DJ Smooth. He's from Thomaston, which is between like Atlanta and Macon. But that whole kind of like area, he was always been running that because like all the parties, all the little small country towns, that was his thing. Right. When he does his politics in Atlanta, he was like, I got a friend named Be Rich. He has an artist named B.O.B. I had my night show. My numbers was nice because the dude that had went to the other station, he was like older than me in college. So when I was trying to get on as a DJ, he kind of sunned me a little bit. And I was like, okay, nigga. And then when I got on the air, I whooped his motherfucking ass in them ratings. Like 4 books straight, like just on their ass. I went to all the pet rallies, all the fucking the fish fries, all the career days. Fuck that. I was like,
boy said fish fry.
I was like, I'm young, hungry. I dropped out, and you niggas said I want shit. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna show you what it is. I demolished that nigga, dog. Okay, he left town. Yeah, for real. So anyway, while all this is brewing, B Rich comes down and gives me a CD. Like, hey man, it's my artist B.O.B. It's a song called Cloud 9. So I listen to it. I'm just like, it's cool, but it's like we was in the crunk snap era. I'm like, this is kind of the laid back.
Facts.
I spoke to this shit, but this ain't getting no burn in the mix show. I only have enough records in that BPM to even carry that shit.
Yeah.
Then he came back a month later. Said, appreciate you being honest. I'm like, no problem. He brought me a song called Haters Everywhere. So I'm like, okay. I put that CD on my desk and I didn't listen to it for like 2 months. But every time I'm production director, so I'm in there like all day long doing spots. Yeah. So they on my ass about using copyrighted music in fucking commercials. So one day I'm doing a spot. I'm like, what do I need to do? I said, oh, B.O.B. I said, let me see what the fuck this beat sound like. Skipped over the song and just went right to the instrumental. As I'm going through my email, I hear that beat. And I was like, yo, this shit just been sitting on my desk? So I stop it and I go back to the song. Man, I hear, God, I'm going down for the count. I was like, oh, shit. Man, I called B Rich. I'm like, hey, my nigga, I just heard Haters Everywhere. He was like, God damn, I can't get that shit like a long time ago. I was like, no, bro. I was like, watch what I'm about to do. He's like, okay. So within a month and a half, Bob had a fully paid show in Macon, and I almost got fired. That's how hard I went for that record. Like, I was playing that shit every mix show, during my night show, every pet rally I went to. The city was fucking with it. And my boss was like, what's this song coming up in my spin report that's getting played 30 times a week that I don't know about? I'm like, that's that B.O.B. The streets is on that. He was like, who the fuck is B.O.B.? Like, you don't play this shit without, not this many times without talking to me. No one ready. I'm like, yeah, I was out there fucking up. It looked like I was getting paid to do that shit. But I was like, no, it's just something about this record making me be like, nah, fuck yeah, I'm going to show y'all niggas that this shit is a hit. Yeah.
So I got to ask you about that, right? So being in the radio room, a lot of DJs, a lot of artists aren't really hit to the politics that go into being on a station, right?
Yeah.
Like the fact that someone will hand you a type of music and you like, yo, I'm really fucking with it, but I can't do nothing with it right now. Like there's politics and there's levels that you got to go through. Can you kind of talk to that a little bit? Like what's some of the difficulties?
Being in Macon, but yet being, I'm trying to use big vocabulary, but being juxtaposed to Atlanta.
Okay, boy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But with being that far from Atlanta, but not being a BDS station, niggas wouldn't fuck with us. So people they'll go down 20 and go to Augusta, or they'll go to Columbus, or they'll go to Savannah. No, they just keep jumping over Macon. And it's like, but you're not a BDS because the population just a little too low for that. So when we finally became a media-based station, everybody was trying to fuck with us then. But by that time, you know, we was kind of like, you know, in radio, the politics you was talking about is like, as a PD, he has a boss that tells him, this is the records you really got to play. Let's just keep that shit 100% funky. It's like, this is what the labels are pushing, and this is the plan. And the PDs give the DJs a little wiggle room in the mix show, but you got to handle business the way they handle business all day long. You just got to make it sound sexy. So I had a lot of freedom where I could just play records that I fucking like, and I understood that I could run a city like that and not be under like kind of like under the radar.
Facts.
You get underground. So I was like, I said I got number one night show, I got number one Saturday show night. Fuck that. If I say a record is gonna go, it's gonna fucking go in this here. And that was my attitude. Now you can't do that shit in Boston or Atlanta. They're gonna be like, well, cool, you can get your ass fuck out of here. But also now radio's changed because of COVID, but that's a whole other podcast. You know what I'm saying?
That's a whole different thing. That's a whole different thing. All right, so let's talk about this. You moved from Atlanta, which for me, I feel like for most black people, right?
I was in Macon though. See, I was in Macon.
Okay, you moved from
I
Georgia.
grew up in Atlanta. Yeah, when I grew up in Atlanta, I have a love-hate relationship with the city. Number one, it costs too much to stay there. Just all real, because everybody's there and they was hip to how cheap it was. You know what I'm saying? And then it's just like, for me to be on the tour with B.O.B. and to have not expected it at all and have traveled around the fucking entire planet like 3 times in a decade and been at these fucking fancy hotels and these free parties and smoked all this free weed and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
so that was your move. That was your move.
Yeah, it's just like, why would I do all of that and still stay here? And then, I'm like super duper supreme stoner. I was like, I want to move somewhere where I don't have to put high weed in my car. So I was,
So Georgia not hip to the weed laws yet?
Nah, you get your ass. I had a homie got put over with a joint he wasn't even smoking, and they gave that nigga 2 years probation, 5 rack penalty.
Jesus.
Hey man, it ain't no fucking game down there, dog.
Okay.
It's decriminalized in Atlanta, but it's sort of like Boston. Boston proper is small. Boston Metro is big.
Yeah.
Atlanta the same way. So it's decriminalized in Atlanta, but you go 2 streets over, now you in East Point. You going to jail, nigga. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
talk about LA real quick, right? So like for me, I'm scared of moving to the West. I don't want to deal with hold on, so let me explain. I don't want to deal with earthquakes. I don't want to deal with none of that, bro. And I know I'm probably bugging, but it's like, I'm used to the little bit of snow. It's like, I know how to whip in some snow. I don't want my earth shaking on me, son. I don't want no building falling on me. I don't want to deal with that.
East Coast, I love it. And I was so Southeast Coast. So this is the thing about LA. LA is extremely beautiful. Right now, it's probably 78 degrees. It's like it ain't a cloud in the sky.
Okay.
I ain't seen rain in 2 months. Every day it's just nice. It's either a little too hot or it's just nice.
Right.
It's the perfect weather. Every fucking day, my nigga. Coming from Atlanta, where you can have a tornado, a blizzard, a drought, and an extreme downpour of rain, all in the span of 2 days. This nice everyday weather shit.
Facts.
It's especially because we can't go nowhere. It's a little mind numbing, so it's like somebody drilling this shit in my mind. But I absolutely love it, man. It's so laid back here, and this is the nerd in me, from a city planning standpoint, it's laid out so nice. Nigga, they got sidewalks in every neighborhood. In the South, you get sidewalks and you stay in some nice shit.
Right.
Everywhere, sidewalks in the hood. I don't know, that little shit shouldn't impress me, my nigga. Oh, and when you driving, they let you come out. They don't block intersections and none of that shit. I'm like, what? And it was an earthquake since I've been here.
Word, how you handle that, bro?
All right, picture this. I'm in it's like 12:05, my nigga, like midnight. I'm in here like I'm high. I'm like, I did a couple dabs. Okay. So I'm in there listening to some deep underground shit, just vibing. So we got kind of street. I stay in Inglewood where it's a busy street where you know how the bass goes.
Okay.
When the car drive by. So niggas go down my street doing that shit all day. So I'm in there and I had my music playing, but I hear like this rumble. But I thought it was a car going by. But the bass wasn't moving. It was just kind of in one spot. And I'm just like, well, you know, I'm still grooving. Under my feet felt like this, just like a little wave. It was like a 3.0 something. By the time I realized, well, I was like, oh shit, it's an earthquake. So my first reaction was, I remember this old safety video. If there's an earthquake, stand in the doorway. The house won't on you. So look, I done got up, ran to the door and shit, and everything just stopped.
Okay.
I was like, am I tripping? So I'm like, am I high? So I went and sat down. So I hopped on Twitter. It was like, yo, is that an earthquake? Everybody's like, is that an earthquake? Is that an earthquake? It's like, okay, so I'm not tripping. And my homie, she hit me. She was like, did you feel that earthquake? Welcome to LA. And I was just like, huh? So I'm freaking out. So now it's dead quiet outside. It's like 12:10. So I'm outside. I got a blunt. I'm smoking. I'm all nervous and shit. So it's just like you ever been outside and it been too quiet outside? It was like that, my nigga. And I was like, I don't know. So then all of a sudden, all the dogs in the neighborhood just started howling together, like, oh.
Just one good time. Nah.
I was like, oh my God, aftershot's coming. So I went in there and I ate like a 500 milligram brownie and just passed out. So that was my first earthquake in LA. So I was just like,
the world about to end. Fuck it, I'm gonna go out.
I'm gonna go out with a nice dream. But nah, that was my first time.
All right, so talk about this real quick. I feel like a lot of artists, especially from certain cities, like, and I'm talking about this because you just moved, but a lot of artists from different cities are like, yo, I can't make it in my city. I need to go to LA. I need to go to New York. I need to go to like Florida sometimes. Like, do you feel like that's a not necessarily a good consciousness to have, but do you feel like that's necessary sometimes? Like you just got to pick up and move somewhere else to make it?
Yeah, opportunity is always around, but there's opportunities where you are may be limited and moving may help. But now you have to also think about your question in the scope of how the whole coronavirus is fucked up the whole year. Like, nigga, it's July, ain't no summer. So we know, I'm gonna tell everybody listening this, because the world's big enough where everybody can make more than enough money than they need. I've traveled enough to see that, and I firmly believe in that. A smart DJ is planning his online New Year's Eve party right now. I'm just going to say that now. I said this 2 months ago to a homie of mine. I said, a smart nigga, because like people, I said, give people the option, either go out or stay in. But we've proven that people like to do the virtual shit. Twitch is being nice to niggas. Yeah, your replays is fucked up, but they don't cut you off. So, you know what I'm saying? We kind of got this weird harmonious balance. Big shout to Mixcloud, which is going all in for the DJs, you know what I'm saying, for years, you know. But it's just like, man, I really can't answer that question due to the coronavirus shit. I'll just say take your ass online and just work, bro. Like, you have to, especially now, I've told a friend that with not being able to go out like we used to, it seems like the whole ooh and ah over like materialistic, like showing off like rich, all my money. People don't give a fuck about that shit no more. Nigga, I ain't cut my hair since February. I don't give a fuck about you driving, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So it's, and then you look at Pop Smoke's project, and then I asked a friend, I was like, why did Pop Smoke project connect so nicely? Not even talking about the features. Yeah. It's like, because it's something niggas can gravitate to. He just talking about some real, you know, like some shit. Like, you know, and it's like you got to feel, you have to make something niggas don't connect to. Because nowadays they don't give a fuck where you at. Everybody online. So just go there.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? But it do suck not feeling like you don't get love in your city. But don't look at it, but take your mindset out of your city and just be like, I'm a global artist. You online, you're a global artist. Act like one. You know what I'm saying?
That's real. That's real, sir.
Okay, I dropped the goddamn finger.
No, that's a gem. That's a gem. Hold on, sir. So you said with Pop Smoke, right? And he got a couple tracks on his new project. One of them, which samples are 50, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about sampling, right? I feel like a lot of new artists these days are winning off of sampling older projects. Right. And it's not necessarily a nowadays thing because it's been happening forever. But like nowadays, like you can literally be like, yo, that's 50 Cent, Hate or Love It. Whereas back in the day, someone took the sample like Primo and stretched it out and you couldn't really tell unless you was like into it. Do you feel
evolution of hip hop? You getting older, man.
Yo, that's real too. That's super real.
Getting older, man. Because I had to tell myself that like I'm 39, bro. Like I'm getting old, my nigga. The other day I was like, I'm not an old nigga. But I'm not 28, my nigga. I can't move like I'm 28. You know, I'm if anything, I'm young OG status, I guess. You know, you know what I'm saying? And once again, the internet is the great equalizer. I have this theory in my head that says pornography proved that online there's an audience for everything. Because I'm pretty sure there's some weird ass shit out there that niggas is just totally into. So the internet, I'm not too young. I'm gonna do shit geared to niggas my age who feel the same way. Going back to what you said about niggas fucking not getting love or getting on. Nah, find you some people who fuck with you and just keep fucking with them. Do what you got to do to bring more people over where y'all sitting, but fuck with the ones who will spend $5 with you. Them niggas not going nowhere, especially nowadays. Like certain DJs, I tip them. Sometimes I don't got it. I tip a nigga 10 and be like, keep going, my nigga. Why? Because I fuck with the product. Make something that connect. Make something full of quality. If it's quality, you can set the price or whatever. You don't never see no Mercedes on discount. What's this? 100,000. Ooh, that's what's up. So when you get 100, we'll probably have a newer version, but it's still gonna be 100. And you just keep fucking with a nigga who fuck with it. If everybody move like that, we all win.
That was real. Yo, my boy dropping gems today.
Yo, that's just how my mind works. You know what I'm saying? Now you add in a bunch of anxiety of a whole bunch of weed and just bad time management, you get you a Shawty Slim.
Facts. But like going back to that question, do you feel like artists should be jumping on that wave? So I tell a lot of new artists, right? Sometimes it's good to rock with what's moving, right? Yeah. Like it's cool to have your own situation, but sometimes, especially if you aiming for the radio or you aiming for record labels, you got to see what they pushing on the radio and the record labels to kind of make something similar.
Yeah, play the game. You know who plays the game very well as much as we hate him? Drake. Drake plays the game, dog. Drake will be like, he made that Tootsie Slide shit, so y'all niggas on TikTok. All right. We went over there, he set that little TikTok record. He didn't really give a fuck about that record again, but he can still drop some Drake shit. Right. But as corny as that song is to me, it's authentically him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, if you make something that's authentic, it's going, because you can feel real. Think about the times you've been out in public and you hear a song like, man, what the fuck is that? But you can't pull your Shazam out fast enough. It could be in a total different, like, you don't know what the fuck it is, but it connect. Why? Because it's real. Just be fucking real. If you be authentic, it's never corny to do what's trendy because you doing it like you gonna do it.
Facts.
Niggas just scared to be themselves, dog.
Yo, what do you think is the role of radio in artists' careers? You feel like it's still important? I mean, we got a bunch of indie people. You said like the internet's the ultimate great divider. Great connector. But
radio is still good because niggas still got cars.
Yeah.
The reason streaming numbers were down from what I read when we first hit the lockdown was because music is so activity tied. Like niggas listen to music when they doing shit, not usually when you sitting around, you watch TV. That's why YouTube and shit was up. So I was just like, all right, but like now in most places, even though we masked up, niggas is still we still driving around. Yeah. So like when I'm in the car, I listen to the radio because I'm streaming all day. I can listen to the radio in the house. It's just I like to listen to the radio in the car. So I listen to Power 106 and Real 923. Just back and forth. I even noticed that when one's on commercial, the other one isn't. I fucking love it. Cause I can always get my music. That's some radio nerd shit. But like,
nah, but it's real though.
But it's just. But when I get back to the house, I don't want to hear the radio. I dive back into my playlist. So it all just depends on what your flavor is for listening. So I would say aim everywhere, but focus on one thing though. I say put the focus on being authentic. You can throw that bitch anywhere.
That's real.
Real gonna find it, dog. Just be authentic. It's that simple, but it's so hard to do.
That's real.
That's that almost 40 out and looking back at my mistake shit. I'm be like, oh yeah.
I mean, it's not even the mistakes because if it ain't happened, you would have never got to where you was.
Oh, I'm proud. There were mistakes. I'm proud of all my mistakes. I own my mistakes because owning your failures and your missteps is how you move on to greater shit. Like a real nigga own his shit. Whether it's fucked up, like, yeah, man, I fucked up. I was like, on some bullshit. Own your shit. But what's that go back to? Being authentic. It's that simple, dog. That's the key to it all, my nigga. I swear to God, that's the key to it all.
That's I love how you keep bringing this shit right back. So that's how you're supposed to do it. So
nah, man, it's just
at the end of the day,
it's just getting older, man. Maybe it's the weed, but I'm just noticing that like life is the simplest thing to live. We wake up every day hell bent on making it hard to do. And that's the mantra I live by, man. And it just so I try to simplify my thinking so I can maximize my movements. Don't because I overthink a lot of shit. So let me think about what are the bare bones I need to do. All right, boom. Now how can I take this step? That's how I make all my projects. What am I trying to do? I'm recording a mix. Okay, what's in this mix? New music and shit I've heard all week. Okay, bet. Where's the shit I heard all week? In my Shazam. Boom. These are the songs I got. But what's new this week? Let me skip through some playlists. Boom, boom. Now you got Tuxedo Park. That's how I make it every week. Fresh baked every Friday morning. Because Thursday at 9 p.m. is midnight on the East Coast. That's when I get my new music.
Right.
Thursday night. So Friday I listen to it. I set it all up. I transfer it over to the title playlist, throw it in my Serato, BPM that shit up, and mix that bitch from down to up. Every week. I tell nigga how I make it, because they gonna make it like me.
That's good. So let's
it's too many tools to not hustle. That's all I want to say.
All right, so but talk about that, right? Because how you're talking about it, I felt like coming from the vinyl era, right? Where it's like, yo, everyone had individual vinyl that set them apart from the other cats. And now going into the digital age, where it's like, yo, we all got the exact same music, but it's how you play it. So exactly what you just said. It's like, yo, we could all have the same playlist, but it's how we put it together, how we rock it.
I had a nigga tell me, he was like, man, a couple weeks ago you played one of the new Wale songs. And I actually went and listened to Wale's project. I was like, how'd you like it? Man, I hated that shit. I said, what? He said, but the way you played it sold me to go listen to that shit. And I was like, ooh. That's all that matters. I got you in the store though. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, music programming, man.
I feel you. That's real, son. Yo, so you still got a vinyl collection at all? You still holding on?
I do. I actually, on my YouTube page, I went through, I got two. When I moved, I consolidated because mine was fucking heavy.
Of course.
Shit. And it's expensive to ship. When you just like a one-bedroom apartment, most niggas won't drive a one-bedroom apartment across the country. Right. So I packed what I can in the car and I shipped the rest. So I condensed all my bullshit vinyl that I knew I would never play again down to 2 boxes. And if you're on my YouTube page, youtube.com/Shawty Slim, I went through the first collection and that was a smaller box. I got to film the second one. But yeah, you can see halfway right there. But I got some slaps in there, some old Curtis Mayfield, I got a lot of jazz fusion, some Jordan Benson. I got Thriller.
What's your most priced piece? Like that one piece that you're like, yo, you haven't opened yet. You're like, yo, this is a
College Dropout on vinyl, and not unopened. I found one. I got that unopened, and I got Good Kid, Mad City unopened.
Okay.
And I got the Thriller one. I got is a picture disc. I got it for $8 in Atlanta when I was like 22. And when I got home and pulled it out the sleeve, it was the one where Michael Jackson actually owned the vinyl on both sides. And I was like, oh. So whenever I went to an all vinyl thing, I was like, niggas watching me. They're like, oh. Yeah. Look, it's not even about the song I'm about to play. It's just, nah.
It's a quick flex. Yeah.
Yeah. And a Bjork album because it's hot pink. Hot pink vinyl just look dope when you spin it. So I was like, yeah.
Yo, talk about that the love of going into record stores and like finding your vinyl, right?
Oh man,
I know you had Airwax Records right around your way.
Yeah. One of my record store memories outside of buying Michael Jackson was about 3-4 years ago on tour. We had a show in Kansas City, and it was at the Riot Room. Big shout out my dog Q out there. We was parked in front of there, and across the store, I said, "Oh shit, it's a record store right across the street." I was like, I'm just peek my head in. So I went in there, poked my head in there, and I found Childish Gambino because the internet for like $40. But it's the deluxe version on vinyl that came with the actual script to the movie inside of it.
Okay.
So I was like, so my nerd ass, I played the record and I watched the movie but I don't read the script. Like it was just a good experience. And then I also found DJ Jazzy Jeff, Will Smith. He's the rapper, I'm the DJ. I found that. And I found an unopened version of The Wiz with a sticker on the front that said this has the promotional poster inside. I ain't gonna even open that motherfucker.
Facts. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, man. Like I just like it for like I go to collect the shit that's priceless to me. It's timeless to me. Like all these albums mean something to me. I hate musicals. I love The Wiz, but I won't watch a musical.
Facts.
Yeah, that's why I don't watch Disney movies. I'm sad. You're sad? You're sad? I don't want to hear a fucking song about being sad, my nigga. Goddamn. Get to the part where y'all fighting.
Yo, all right. So we gotta transition this real quick, right? Let's talk about the cannabis industry, right? So that's grossing about $52 billion a year, right? Something like that, right? And it's like, yo, you back home right now, and you found a way to get your little piece of that 52 billion, whether that's today or tomorrow. I see it happen, right? Because you created something called Smoke Sesh.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Yo, I was watching it and I was rolling, bro. I was rolling.
Yeah, man. I just if I could do anything like all right, let's take away the whole coronavirus. Let's rewind back to about Valentine's Day. Shit was still kind of good. You know what I'm saying? The plan now was to be like, once I got back, we had like a ass of shows lined up all the way through June. So at this point, we still would have been out, but I would have had saved up most of the money I spent to move and got that back up. My plan was to buy a grow tent and start growing my first plant because I want to make my own strain. Okay. And I've been reading up on like botany. I even thought about taking a botany course at the community college because I found out that if you're a Cali resident, so I forgot some kind of way you can go to school for free. So if I can finesse if I can go to community college and finesse a botany class out of that, I'm definitely gonna do that. But I want to make my own strain though, and I want to do it in the next 5 years. So that was my goal. So I want to make a strain, win an award, and then make money off seeds and genetics like Cookies did. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, that's real.
Man, fuck it, man. I had a whole fucking plan. So now I'm just kind of making a new plan as I go. Like I'm really moved out here for video editing. I've done radio enough where I didn't work in that major market, but I got that tour look.
Okay.
And so and when I told iHeart, I was like, I'm moving, I'm through, bro. It's cool. I had my field of radio, and I'm at a point in my life where I can do some other shit. But I've always been a hustler, and I always hustled video edits, and like, so I'm getting more into like 3D rendering, and like I got this like the little Slim TV shit I was doing on my IG when quarantine first started. I was just bored, but the way I really want to do it now, like some conceptual shit, but niggas is like, man, what happened? Like, I be trying to do too much. I was like, well, I got busy, my nigga. I was making them shows up like on the fly, like as the day went on. Okay. And after 3 weeks of that, I was like, this is a lot of fucking work for no return, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yo. Even though sometimes your passion projects should just stay them, dog, because like all them shits don't make you no money. But it gave me a look where I got some video gigs off of that really paid some bills for a nigga them first couple of weeks, though.
Okay.
So, but as far as the cannabis, though, like I got a weed tube channel. And I've been shooting a bunch of content for that, but the perfectionist in me is fucking me up. And my friend today was like, fuck that, just drop the video. Like I made cannabis butter the other day, but I forgot to hit record on the first part. So now I'm thinking about scrapping it. And she was like, so I'm on the fence about putting that out today. And I got some weed review. I found some real chronic and smoked it. And it sucked. Did a whole review on that. I got a video I shot while I was trying to do a dab and I failed. And I was like, fuck it, man. We're just gonna start the video. All right, man. I'll catch y'all later. I got a lot of shit, man. So it's just being able to be fun. The point I'm trying to make is being able to be that creative with something that was highly illegal where I just moved from. I'm having a fucking field day, and I'm gonna make any kind of money I can off this shit.
That's real. Hold on. All right. Yeah. So for people that's not hip to like weed, cannabis, the different ways of it, what's your favorite way to take in cannabis ultimately? What's your favorite?
I like to roll blunts, but I use hemp wraps. I use high hemp wraps. Shout out to them, sin free stuff, like I always say. Because my mom, she smoked, but my mom smoked like cigarettes, and like I never been a fan of tobacco. I was a kid that be like in the car, and she look at me in the mirror and just crack the window a little bit. I'm like, but now that I'm in through my 30s, I realize life is fucked up. Sometimes you just gotta smoke cigarette on the way home. Sometimes you gotta stop by the store, grab you some brandy, go home and pour you one, just cool out. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't really like tobacco. So what I did was I smoked hemp wraps, and I smoked those because papers. I learned how to roll papers off of YouTube because I never could roll. But cool, but they burn real fast. High hemps burn like a swisher. But people try to act funny with joints. Like, what's that, a joint? Yeah, I don't smoke joints. You get your high too fast. Niggas the same thing. But they look like a swisher. So, and then it has no taste and don't have that tobacco bite in it. Still like, ooh, what's this? It's vegan, brother. Get you one. But that's my preferred method. But now I learned how to infuse butter and oil, and I'm making my own edibles. So I made a whole cheesecake that I'm actually cooling right now because I messed the first one up. This one's together. This one worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a 400 milligram cheesecake, man.
Yo, bro, you know Khalees and some other cat got this Cannabis Cookies.
I seen it. I
Yo.
seen it, and I was like, man, this fancy ass shit. I saw it last night, and I was like, it was a show like that originally that they redid, but they actually gave you background on the actual plants they was using, and the dosage was way higher. Right. It was like two here. I was like, nah, man, I got this cheesecake. This is a whole 400, man. I made some pancakes with it the other day. I ate 2 last night and passed out.
Damn.
Cloud9 cakes, man. Video coming soon. The weed too. Fuck with your boy. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about that though, like the different strains and effects, right? So I know there's CBD, there's THC. I think there's one, right?
All right, I'm gonna lead with I'm not a science teacher. Cool. Okay. So this is my take on weed. So weed comes naturally in 2 forms. You got an indica and sativa. Sativa is more of like the head high, but you can still, active doing shit. Indica is the I'm on the couch, my nigga. We finna order this Postmates. That's indica. I was researching one day and said, well, what's the original strain? And I went back. Those are called like landrace strains, and it's usually based on where they grow. So most sativas grow around the equator. Like that's why Jamaica has like sativa and all that. Most indica grows like in the mountains, like in India and all that kind of shit. That's why. You know what I'm saying? So most weed you get now is a hybrid of the two. And through technology, people have learned how to take original OG. That's where the OG strains come. Take an OG strain and cross it with something else and make other shit.
Facts.
OG Kush, best strain ever.
Ever.
And then cookies. Anything cookies, bro. Because Burner, shout to Burner, as good as a rapper he really is about that cannabis culture. Him, Be Real from Cypress Hill, like them boys got like dispensaries, all that shit, multi-million-dollar companies, man. So I'm with it for that shit. It's just we need more minorities in it, bro.
No, that's a fact. That's a super fact. All right, so for cats that never smoked before, can you explain what that high feeling, like what it feels like? Is there a way to like describe that?
Imagine feeling dizzy, but you can control the spinning.
Okay.
Or I take it back. You ever go to a bar and you drink, like let's say you get maybe you drink like a drink and a half.
Okay.
And you're not quite tipsy, but you definitely feeling the buzz. But you're feeling like kind of like, hell yeah, man, I can do anything.
Yeah, okay.
It's like that, but a little laid back. You know what I'm saying? Right. If I could take that feeling and sell it, my nigga. Because I used to be in the bar like, man, I'm going to do that shit. Get home. Hey, boy, that shit crazy.
Well, I got 2 questions to ask you that you brought up. I want to see what's your answers to them. You ready? What does water taste like?
Shit. Itself. Water taste like itself. I don't know.
All right, but does a straw have 1 hole or 2?
Depends on who's looking. I don't know.
You don't be heavy, yo. That's some old head answers. It's like, nah, I'm gonna give you another answer. I'm gonna trick you. Like what?
Yeah, depends on who's asking. Who knows?
Yo,
one of the best shows we ever did was the fucking World Cup show in Boston, bro. B.O.B. came up there, and we had like the fucking. You were at that show, weren't you?
Yeah, sir. Yeah. No. Yo, wasn't Future at that shit too?
Yo, man, I think so. Dog, we was in there for those who don't know. So I don't know what side of Boston that was. We in that little small ass place. It's like nice. They got screens on, and while we're on stage, a nigga scored.
Yo,
man, they started throwing beer. When I tell you, I almost lost my whole MacBook, and they were throwing beer. Bro, I was like, hell yeah, let's throw beer. I'm like, nigga, no. I'm like trying to close it. We got back to the hotel. I opened my beer. I opened my fucking laptop. It was like slimy. It smelled like a whole fucking Miller Lite in that bitch.
Yo,
but that show was good though.
That show was crazy. Yo,
and look, and it was funny. It was so lit that we walked outside. I was like, damn, it's broad daylight out here. Like, okay. This show's like 1 in the afternoon.
Bro.
Shout out to Boston, man. I got a friend that's moved to Boston. She lives in Revere.
Okay.
She's like, yeah, I'm moving back to Texas. I was like, all right.
Yo, Boston's a different vibe, man. I love it, but it's different. It's different.
Well, right now, it's just moving just really because of what happened.
Facts.
This shit affected a lot of people, man. If you know people out there who need help or people out there who don't have no job, man, like, if you hear about anything, pass along the information, bro, because really be there for your creatives right now, because some of us, man, it's like all we had. Like I feel bad for some niggas. Like you really gotta learn how to do more than one thing, man. Like that's don't be a one trick pony. And if you are a one trick pony, make it be the greatest fucking trick we done ever seen, dog. Because a lot of niggas who don't want to learn how to do other shit, you have to learn something now. You gonna fucking starve and die. It's just what the fuck it is. So be for real about this shit, man. Hell, I sell t-shirts too. Createcool.com. Get you some. I got a hoodie on there. We got stickers. Nigga, shit. Let them legalize weed. I'm selling butter to the nation. What's up? Hey, man.
Yeah, that's real though.
Get off your ass and get some money. You every night you go to bed, you should be like, did I do what I need? Did I do enough today? You should ask yourself that.
Damn, sir. I don't think a lot of people's in that mental though, sir.
You gotta be, man, cause this showed me that entertainment is a luxury.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of DJs is out here like really, really fucked up with houses and families and kids and they ain't got no fucking money and they was leaning on them. So like, you know, everybody's situation ain't the same, dog. Like, you know, I ain't straight. I ain't perfect, but I mean, I wake up every day on a mission. Like, I'm gonna make at least 40 today. Some kind of way. I'm gonna jug a 40. I'm gonna do a flyer or some kind of shit, and I'm gonna take that 40. If I can, I'm gonna take 30 and put it up, but at least take 20 and put that up. And tomorrow I'm wake up and say, damn, I need to make $40 a day. That's how you say money.
That's a real hustler though, son. That's not something you could teach somebody though, bro.
I'm not gonna starve, my nigga. I like to cook simple shit and feel like I'm balling. So that's what
I'm saying. That's not something you could teach nobody. I don't think you could teach nobody how to be hungry. You feel me? Yeah. Like you could teach someone a hustle.
And I learned how to make weed butter in a pressure cooker in a mason jar. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. Yo, everything I eat is infused now. I be drinking infused Kool-Aid. I be eating infused noodles. Boy, I'm infused. What does water taste like? Weed, nigga, fucking with me. That's what it tastes like. But we are infusing sugar next because I'm gonna start making infused Kool-Aid. So yeah.
Yo, boy, okay, my boy ahead of the curve, man.
Think about this though. If anything, people should go online and YouTube and learn one thing. Learn one thing you always want to learn and learn the fuck out of it, and then make you a video or make you a Patreon and charge a nigga for that knowledge. That's where the game is to be sold came from. That's the last gem I'm gonna leave with you, bro.
Yo, talk about that, son. I've been watching like Yes Jules. My man's been working with Yes Jules. My boy Pen Pusher, my boy Martin Cruz. They working with Yes Jules right now, and it's like she flipped the whole OnlyFans situation. So it's like everybody.
Shout out DJ Kelly Green. She did the thing with like she was like, man, she did it for currency. I think she was on shit like, man, I'm gonna start an OnlyFans just DJ in a bikini. Would y'all come see that? And yo, she was charging $15. Niggas was paying that shit. And I was like, get your motherfucking hustle on, nigga.
You understand? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I know one girl, she went on OnlyFans and she was just like, I just showed my feet. I ain't even show my face and said, I made like a stack over there, nigga.
Listen to me,
she said it was weird, but I was like, nah. I feel like when you, in 50 years, we're going to look back at this time and this is going to be like the renaissance for like hustling ass niggas and creative, because there's no excuse for you not to know how to do nothing at this point. YouTube is the absolute motherfucking cheat code out here. YouTube will give you a degree in two things: what you're looking for and patience. Because you're gonna have to be patient to find that video that connects with you. But once you find that motherfucker, make you one. It's like writing a book. Make you a video, put that bitch up, and hey, tell people you want to learn how to do this. All right, I'll tell you right here.
That's real.
Get you some money, nigga. Stop playing. I can't say it no better than that. Because I look at it like this. As a millennial, ain't no Social Security for us. That shit gonna be gone where they talking. So I'm like, if I have to live off everything I say right now, how long would I be out here? That's a real fun question to ask yourself. If you hesitate for more than 3 seconds, you need to work harder and at least save some money. And I just want everybody to be minded like that.
That's real shit, man.
And vote all these fuck niggas out, man.
I was about to say, yo, you voting for Kanye for 2020?
Man, I don't even vote, man. I know who I'm not voting for.
Oh, I'm gonna say that one again.
Yeah, FDT, man. Shout to YG. Shit, man. But shout out to you too, brother. You know what I'm saying? Because you always doing your thing. I've been admiring your layout. The office looks nice. The TV is dope. Shout out to that monkey. That's an interesting colorway.
Boy,
like, I bet he look wild under a black light.
So listen to me. I went on a date with a girl that don't want nothing else to me. This is all I got from it, bro.
Oh wow.
Fuck it,
man. Fuck it, man. It look nice, man. No, I'm proud of you, big dog. Ever since we linked up, man, you always been going, been going hard. Even all my big homies in Boston, they all know and see the move. Big shout out to my dog, Put Dog.
Yo.
OG.
OG for real,
OG,
bro.
for real, you know what I'm saying? So look,
Yeah.
not saying I'm Pup Dog, but that's kind of like how I wasn't making. To put it in perspective for you, I had put in that kind of radio work.
Okay. Word.
So that's why, fuck Atlanta. I got what I need here. Like, everybody don't want to go to the big, you know what I'm saying? So, salute, bro. Keep doing your fucking thing, bro. I'm proud of you.
Yo, family. Tell everybody where they can find you, where to follow up. You definitely got to tell them about the YouTubes.
Oh, yeah, man. So, look, go to shawtyslim.com. SHAWTYSLIM.com. That's a link to all my socials, my SoundCloud, which I don't use, and the Create the Cool Stories, all right there. I got a YouTube channel, youtube.com/ShawtySlim, theweedtube.com/ShawtySlim, all that. I mean, just, bro, hop on my IG or my Twitter. You can find it all right there, because I'm talking about something somewhere.
Yo.
See, I get you on the website. See how I fucked up that up? I can be like, go to shawtyslim.com, all you need is right there. So I'm going to put this on I'm going to know this shit. Hey, you got to make the hustle better, bro.
That's a fact, bro. Yo, check out Squarespace, brother. And not even like a plug.
I'm between Squarespace and Wix right now.
Yo, I ain't gonna front. Wix is lit. I just like that Squarespace, and I haven't done enough research into Wix, but it's like you could create your store on that, and then
it's just moving my store again. That's been getting on run. It's like I'm just being fucking lazy. It's time to fucking lazy and get this easy ass income. Sell me some fucking mask out here since they ain't going nowhere.
Listen to me.
Come on, hey man, I'm giving out free game, man.
Listen to me. Yo,
got an idea for a logo? Can't draw? Take your ass to Fiverr. Get somebody to do one for the dub. Come on,
real gems.
Come on, bro, nigga. Like if you honestly don't feel like you can't win right now, like you lying to yourself, bro.
You being lazy.
I can't stress that shit enough. No, this digital lazy shit is different. Like you'll have niggas on Twitter and they'll type, "Hey man, what's the definition of such and such?" I'm like, you could have took that same energy you put into that tweet and just typed it right into Google and got your answer. And niggas be like, "Well, I didn't feel like Googling it," but you feel like typing all them extra words to tell us what you didn't want to do. We gotta do better, bro. That's all. I'm done preaching.
Nothing to say to that.
I'm done preaching, man. I feel like I'm on some old man shit. I'm gonna shut up.
Never. Yo. This is the Broad DJ. I'm DJ DCaso. This is my brother Shawty Slim. Yo, y'all need to make sure that y'all go back. There's nothing but gems.
Oh, man.
Nothing but gems.
Old man ramblings.
Call it what you want to call it.
I'm the old stoner man on the corner.
Yo, pure gems. If you into weed, this is definitely that's to listen to. If you know anything about the industry,
get you some money and go to bed proud. And be nice to niggas and love your family. That's it, man.
Y'all already know what it is. Until next time, we out of here.
Skirt.